G'day Aussie Gridiron fans and welcome to the G'day Gridiron podcast. Sometimes an NFL podcast, but this week it's all about sports. It's championship weekend, or week was, in all of America, all different sports. And of course we had the World Cup and we are going to do a little bit of NFL, a New York Giants deep dive. Boys are back for this very sporty show. How are we this evening, Isaac?
I'm very good. It's State of Origin Eve here in New South Wales. We're ready to wrap up the series tomorrow night. So beautiful.
That's a little presumptuous.
Is it, Brad? Brad thinks because he lives in Queensland, he's a Queenslander now.
Yeah, Queenslander! Sorry.
Well, that's a clip.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's always wild to me as an outsider, just working at a school, just how into it some people get. They get like full on hardcore about it. So I like it. I like the atmosphere and all that. But I just wanted to see it go to 3 games. More drama.
Look, Brad, I'll give you a sneak peek. It's going to go to 3 games. There is too much money in it for it not to go to 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, right.
Sure is.
I like that.
Unlike American sports, apparently, because the New York Knicks said hell no to a 7-game series and decided they would win it in 5.
Yeah, 5.
What happened to win it in 4?
5.
Knicks in 5. Knicks win 4, apparently.
A gentleman's sweep,
Gentleman's
as they
sweep.
call it,
Gentleman's sweep. Why is it called that?
because you let him win 1 game.
You just let them win 1 game, just so they're not completely embarrassed.
Just like Jalen Brunson deciding he'd always give the Spurs a point start.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It's
he
bottom a
amazing?
start and then drop 45.
For a bloke that 2 years ago, every main media outlet when they did that trade said he was going to be garbage. Why are you making that trade? Why are you giving him that deal? He just went and beat the pants off everybody, and had like a 35-point average for the finals.
It was insane. I think he cemented himself as the greatest Nick ever, just purely by putting the team on his
That's
shoulders.
a big call, isn't it, Brad?
That's a big call when we've got Nick in the room, Brad.
I bet Jalen Brunson can't punt, pass, and kick.
Jalen Brunson has never played for his country. How about that?
There we go. There we go. No, it was a great series though overall. It just in the sense of if you were a fan of close endings and that type of stuff, it was fantastic. Just the drama that the comebacks created, and that win in New York, that I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So. It was a great series in my opinion.
It's one of those that you look back and say, I was 4-1, so they must have got it done, fairly easily. But it could have easily had been like going into game 5, 3-1 the other way.
Yeah.
Considering the results and considering the leads that the Spurs had. So, it was a good series. I've been closely watching the destruction of New York City, Manhattan, that area.
53 years these people have been waiting to destroy a city, and they're going to get no love out of other New York teams, that's for sure, because other codes, baseball, football, everything is just not giving. But 53 years for an NBA championship, and Nick, you're right, they are slowly
Destroying.
just tearing New York City apart.
Only 63 arrests though, which is pretty underwhelming, I think.
Considering some of the vision I saw, that's pretty underwhelming.
It is underwhelming.
Yeah, I think they're being a little extra patient with people, given the circumstances.
Still yet to see anyone eat some horse poo, though.
Yeah, I was going to say they'll never be Philly. They're not going to do that. So
They've got a robot out there that's talking shit. I love it. I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram.
I have not, but I need to see more of it, apparently.
Just asking it. It's literally just giving a master. Fuck Dre Young the whole time. He's got it mixed in with all the other Nick fans. It's the best. I'm gonna find it.
Oh, for sure. Yes. So the New York Knicks NBA champions for 25-26, and then an NHL champion. I know we don't talk much about NHL. I watch it vaguely, but they got crowned over the weekend. The Carolina Hurricanes took Game 6 to deny the Game 7 for the NHL, which is always the Stanley Cup into Game 7 is always like a must nearly every year. But the Hurricanes win it over the Vegas Golden Knights with a 3-0 win in Game 6, take the series 4-2. So another new champion for the NHL. NHL is so strong these days. There's just teams can always win it. And also the trophy. The Stanley Cup has to be one of the largest, most obnoxious trophies in all of sports, doesn't it?
I think it is. Not one of, it is.
I think it's like 5 foot tall these days. They just keep adding to the bottom of it every time they fill it up.
I love that you guys say it's obnoxious because it's so funny. It's so American because in America everybody thinks it's like the greatest trophy ever. So it's because it's big and it's bold and it's brash and blah blah blah. So yeah, I hear where you're coming from, but it's I don't know. Personally, I like it. I just it's got statement, but you're right, Ian. At some point, where do you stop? I mean, because
you need a forklift.
Yeah, exactly. You keep adding layers to this thing. You can't. And apparently the rule is like everybody gets to spend like 24 hours with the trophy.
Yes, correct.
And then it gets
and they can
passed
go
around.
And I was going to talk about that. They can go anywhere. They can do anything they want with it. Essentially. I couldn't find a picture of it, but there is a great picture from the weekend where the Stanley Cup is on the ice and the Carolina Hurricanes players are behind it getting officially presented it. And you see that, you see the commissioner presenting it, and then on the outside, just out on the wings, there's these two dudes in black tuxes, like black suits, like guarding the trophy. They are the guardians of the trophy. These two guys, that is their sole job, their sole responsibility is to be with the Stanley Cup at all times, wherever it goes. It's wild. That's their job. They protect the Stanley Cup.
Can you imagine? Because I can guarantee you, especially hockey players. Hockey players are filthy people. They are just dirty, and I imagine some of the things that have gone on in that Stanley Cup. It would be scary to think about what those guys have seen.
You mean more than a 12-pack of Miller Lights, Brad? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, definitely.
I do know that there were stories of one player filled it with cookies and cream ice cream, and they just ate ice cream out of the top of the Stanley Cup.
That is incredible. That's an idea next year.
That's the best.
Without trophy in SA. You've given me an idea, Ian.
So it's not just drinking out of it. They just filled it with ice cream. And the top of that bowl on the cup, the actual cup itself, is pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. That would be, a couple $100 worth of ice cream just to fill that thing.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
That's good. But hockey is, talking about hockey just in general, if you ever get a chance to watch a hockey game live, you have to. Like a legit hockey game.
If you're an Australian listening to this right now, the Australian Ice Hockey League is phenomenal, to be honest. It is nationwide. You can go to some of these games, especially in Canberra at the moment. $5 will get you into a game.
Do it.
In Canberra for an Australian Ice Hockey League game. It's like a national level game of ice hockey in Australia. The women's game is like, they have women's competitions as well. The women's game in Canberra is like $2 to get into. It's insane, apparently, and they fill that place. And
awesome.
From next year, it's actually going to be streamed on ESPN.
What?
The whole of the Australian Ice Hockey League. Yeah, they did the finals this year, and apparently the ratings for it was so good, they just decided they would go the whole hog, and every game next season, is going to be streamed on ESPN.
That's
streamed.
fantastic.
It's like ESPN Plus, it won't be. I don't know whether we'll get it on on like a KO or a Foxtel or something like that. But yeah, you'll be able to stream it on ESPN Plus, which is nuts.
That is great, because there's hockey is one of the best sports to watch live. It sucks because TV does not do it justice. The discrepancy between live hockey and TV hockey is massive. But yeah, it's a great sport, and if you can go see it, like you said, go see it.
Is it just the brutality of it live, Brad?
I think so, and it's one of those you appreciate the flow of the game so much more when you're there in person. There is something to that, to being able to see everything unfold at once versus TV, where it's a little bit more centralized, because obviously you're dealing with a smaller screen. So yeah, I've been to NHL games. I've been to lots of junior hockey league. Junior hockey leagues are the best because that's where you get a lot of fights. You get a lot of under 18-year-olds.
Well, I've seen a lot of fights in men's ice hockey. So you telling me that there's more in junior is phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, they call it junior, but yeah. So it's like the minor league hockey. Yeah, and you get these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old guys, and they just go to town on each other. It's awesome.
One day when I get to go to Canada, I want to go to one of these like minor league games on a weekend.
Yeah.
I've been watching more Shoresy lately. So
Okay.
I've been sort of getting into this where they talk about like senior whale shit hockey, and it's like this minor Canadian league and all this sort of shit. And I'm like, yeah, I would love to go to one of these small ice hockey rinks and just watch ice hockey there.
Yeah, we used to go. We paid $20 go see the Portland Winterhawks, and we'd be up on the glass on a Wednesday night and just pounding, and it's fun.
Brad loves a good pounding. That door was wide open. Come on now, I was like, you had the same thing right on your tongue.
So was Brad.
There's been much more during that little talk about NHL there. So,
well, that is ice hockey.
He must have been, Brad, you must be going to different games. I went to one game when I was in New York in 2011, and it was Rangers versus Nashville.
Yeah, Predators.
And there was 0 fights. Rangers lost 3-0. I almost fell asleep.
No!
It was so boring.
Oh, no!
Like, why do you come to ice hockey and not see a fight? What is going on here?
Yeah, see, that's where I think you need to go to Canadian ice hockey, because I reckon every Canadian league there will be fights, especially these minor leagues. I reckon that would just be
minor
guys.
Leagues.
It'd just be guys like us after work. Come and have a skate with your mates. Let's go out in the ice, and I'm just going to throw down with someone and beat the shit out of them, and then just go and have a beer later. Like it's
pretty much.
All right, how about a World Cup update? We did a little bit of a preview last week, and we thought, well, there's not much to talk about in terms of the NFL world, and we always have these gaps, and the World Cup is on. So why don't we do World Cup updates each week? So, boys, a World Cup update. Let's start with something that would have piqued Brad's interest early on in the World Cup.
No. We've got to start with the Socceroos.
Shakira.
Okay.
No, good place to start. Fair enough.
I saw that Shakira was performing in the Mexican opening of the World Cup. I was like, well, Brad will be happy.
Why me? Well, I'm not sure.
She's in your age bracket.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Shakira.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, so I was like, yes, the Australia versus Turkey game. What an amazing time.
That was one of our best performances I have ever watched for the Socceroos. Like it probably tops the cake against that Japan game back in 2006 when we come out and we beat Japan 3-1. Man, I was asleep because I was on night shift on the weekend, and I woke up just as the anthems were playing, and they're like, Matt Ryan's not in goal. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
So surprised.
But mate, Jesus Christ, Patrick Beach, my God, did he have a great game?
Massive call. And also, I think we had 9 players that were debutants, 10 players, I think, on the field
10.
that were debutants to start, which is unreal. But that was a huge swing from Popper in terms of who we picked to be on that field first up. But I tell you what, when Eric Andrew scored, that was straight away. That was why. You go, look at the way they're playing, look at the way they're capitalising on this, and that kid is phenomenal. What a superstar! What a superstar story too. When you talk about where he came from and how and all that sort of stuff. And it was just it was a great game to sit and watch with the kids too.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, give us some. What do you got?
Well, I was surprised as well with the keeper start, and then Beach sort of looked quite shaky at the start. Like you can tell when they were sort of trying to play out the back and everything, he looked quite shaky, but grew into it. So he really found a way to turn around, locked in, and probably was between him and the back three, were probably men of the match, if you say. But no, great start. Like I was happy with the draw. I was going to say, I'll be happy with the draw. Like that'll get us through to USA, go from there. But nah, very, very good result. But no, they look good across the board. Like they sat back, they defended well. Like even though they absorbed a lot of the pressure, like they didn't have, like Turkey didn't have a lot of sort of like open looks, so it wasn't like glaringly obvious missed chances that they had. Unlike from this morning Spain, this morning or the morning before.
This morning.
So. No, they defended quite well, like really compact, took their chance on the counter, and that's pretty much the game. So take it and run, take the 3 points.
Well, that's right. You could see our intentions from the start, couldn't you? When our furthest most forward player was just above the 18-yard box. That was the game.
Full Haramble.
And it worked to perfection. And that save from Beach from the shot from about 25 yards out, that is world class. Oh, that is a really, really good save. Like, I don't know what the commentators were doing when they were saying he didn't save it, it's just hit the post. Not a chance. You could hear two noises. It was like, I'm watching it on telly and I can see that he saved it. Like, he was just...
The one closed in late in the match too, though. The one that was in the 6-yard box, and it was basically straight at his chest. Like, that was a rocket to his chest, and he just held that ball.
Well, I was watching it with my father-in-law, and I was like, 2-0 is the worst scoreline in soccer. I've said it for a long time because you're comfortable at 2-0, but if they get a goal, they can very easily overrun you, and you could end up losing the match or drawing. So at 2-0, I still wasn't happy, but when it got down to about a minute, it was like, all right, we've done this, we've escaped, we've got the points, let's go.
Been some other very interesting scores across the weekend, the first weekend of the World Cup as well. Brazil and Morocco with a 1-1 draw on Sunday. Yep, Sunday.
Yeah, Morocco should have won that. Oh, they were all over Brazil in the first 20 minutes. They could have been 3 goals up. Brazil were hopeless.
Japan coming back twice to go 2-2 with Netherlands. That was a great, like really entertaining draw as well.
Yeah.
What was some other ones? Oh yeah, so Nick mentioned it there. Tuesday, Spain and Cape Verde. Cape Verde, who were pulled off a massive shock already in like the first weekend of the World Cup to take just the Spanish and just hold them to a 0-0 draw. What a defensive masterclass! It's probably one of the best 0-0 draws you will ever see in soccer or football. Yeah, like it's unreal.
If you guys haven't seen the Korea-Czech game, the second half, that was really good. It's probably the best half that's been played across the tournament so far.
What about Brad and his USA team? You got any thoughts on
that? The Americans have been very chirpy after a 4-1 win against Paraguay, but it's just like, come on, seriously. Even today, like some of the American media, of course, like all the normal weekly daily shows are back today in Australia. So they were there when we woke up this morning. And they were all so chirpy about the USA Paraguay game, and yet not a single one of them mentioned Australia Turkey. Not a single one. And it's just,
I don't think they want to make the same mistakes as what Turkey did.
Well, there was that
being too overconfident.
Well, they were already. There's some of the media already said that we were nothings and we were never going to amount to anything in that group. And then we go on 2-0 win against who should have been the top, the team who definitely should be the top, regarded as the top in that group. Yeah.
Well,
So
I thought the US result was quite surprising as well. Like Paraguay had the least amount of goals scored against them in the South American group stage. So to put four past them, that's a pretty good result.
That's a good
effort. They looked pretty good. So it's going to be a great game, and that'll determine if Brad's on the podcast next week as well.
So we'll go.
If the US win, he's cut.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. All we have to do now is we just need to draw at least, or even beat the US this weekend, and then good luck USA. Considering we pissed off Turkey already by beating them, they are going to have a massive fire in the belly for the rest of this group stage. Good luck beating those guys, because it ain't going to happen.
I think the best outcome, wouldn't it be, from my perspective, the best outcome would be a draw, because then they both get a point. But
I think what Nick was saying in the green room there, I think for Australia and the US probably, your best result is a win, because you go through. You're more than likely going to go through as a first place.
If you win this match.
Yeah, if you win this match, you may go through as first place, which means you'll face a third place from another group.
Yep.
But if you go through second, you may be looking at maybe another second, a tough second, or bottom first. So you'd probably be wanting to win the match. I mean, Australia's probably in a better position, because if they draw this one, they've still got Paraguay, who look to be the weakest team in the group, as where America have Turkey.
Ideally, you only really need, from the last two games, you only really need a minimum 2 points. You get top two spot, you go from there.
Yeah, that's right. Having the win first up sort of makes the run a little bit more comfortable, but it will certainly be interesting. Still a lot of groups to play games, but so far there are 3 groups where there's been all draws. So their tables are looking quite interesting. Group G with New Zealand, Iran as well, Belgium and Egypt. That's going to be an interesting group now.
Yeah, a couple of good teams to come up in the next couple of days too. Like you got Norway, Argentina, and France are all playing tomorrow, so that's some favourites there to come in. And then obviously you got England playing on Thursday.
Yes, so yeah, some good ones still to come before we get round to next week. So we'll probably do a bit more of an update next week as well. See where we're at for that. How about some American football news? Let's go to that.
Hey, there you go.
Do it.
We talked a little while ago about Brandon Sorsby, Texas Tech quarterback, who was in a little bit of trouble for Brendan Sorsby, sorry, who was in a little bit of trouble for some betting. He, of course, had his court date. The court ruled in favour of him. The Texas court ruled in favour of him that he could play. And now, just today, actually, Australian time, he has decided he plans to enter the NFL supplemental draft after all of this sort of his ongoing legal battles. So he's declared eligible for that supplemental draft, which will be very, very interesting. Anyone who doesn't know about the supplemental draft, essentially teams are grouped into 3 tiers. So teams with 6 or fewer wins from last season, then the remaining non-playoff teams, then the playoff teams. If multiple teams submit the same round bid on Sorsby, the team with the higher supplemental draft priority is awarded the player. So basically it's like a lottery system, but within 3 tiers. So if we go back to last year's standings, the final 16, or the ones with the 6 or fewer wins is what we are looking for.
It's about 10 teams.
It is quite a lot of teams, to be honest. It's across the whole league too, so you go right down. That would be the Cardinals, the Titans, the Jets, the Raiders, the Giants, the Commanders, the Browns, the Saints, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Well done, Nick. Well done. Well done, Nick.
Right on the bell.
Right on the buzzer. So 10 teams essentially will go into it, their own lottery. How that works out their draft priority in the supplemental draft. So, boys, a QB who was touted as a first-round talent for this next season's draft. That's not to say high first round. Whenever people hear first-round QB, they always think that he's going to go on the top 15. No, this is just a dude with first-round talent. 1 of 32. That's what it's supposed to be. So, what do we think out of those 10? Surely one of those 10 would want to pick up a first-round talent QB at a supplemental draft pick price.
Definitely the Cardinals should look at it, for sure.
I was just about to say, is there a reason they've been holding out on Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't talk about the Jacoby Brissett thing last week. That is the saddest holdout in NFL history, isn't it?
Even the Jets as well. Yeah, there's a couple of teams that definitely should be like, all right, cool. Let's why not?
Just a question: has anyone seen him play or seen any highlights of what this kid's actually like?
I've seen bits and
Not
pieces,
much,
Brad.
I've seen him. I've seen him play. I've seen him play a little bit. He definitely is got a lot of potential, like a lot of potential. But you listen to pundits and evaluators, and they're kind of split on him in the sense of he's got all the tools, but they're a little concerned about his leadership ability as well. But the one that I found really interesting was his record in November. And in November is when things start to really clamp down in the college football season. And his record in November, 0-8. 0-8. So that's a huge red flag. So, and again, it goes to what we always say here on this podcast. Teams get film on you and then start making you adjust. He had a 20-1 touchdown to interception ratio last year. And then in the first 2 months of the season, and then they just collapsed. So you can see here, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, he can run the ball, and he's athletic and he's mobile. But when it comes down to it, is he able to lead a team? Is he able to do it in crunch time? And that's what's giving, I think, NFL teams pause. So is somebody going to take a flyer on him? Yeah, I think so. Why wouldn't you? I mean, shoot, if what's his name, Pickens can go in the first, or not Pickens, but Pickett can go in the first round, then sure as heck fire, this guy can go in the first round as well.
A bit like Ian said at the top, like it's supplemental draft that you're just wasting on. It's not like a draft pick or anything like that, so you can take that flyer.
Yeah, these are draft picks that you pick up along the way for certain staff leaving or like older guys retiring. It's just weird reasons you pick up these supplemental draft picks. So they're basically free picks. So you're right. If you are the Cardinals or the Jets, who else was in that list there that would need a quarterback straight away? Even a backup quarterback. Yeah. Let's look at the Titans. They've got Cam Ward.
Cleveland.
Could you imagine the Titans getting him as a backup quarterback to Cam Ward for basically nothing?
I don't think they would, just purely because the distraction that it could potentially cause. But I is it entirely free? My understanding is that like if you do your first or second round, then you have to give up your first or second round in the next draft. So
I haven't heard that.
I'm not sure on that.
Uh-huh.
So we need to. That was the case. I know a long time ago the Cowboys drafted a quarterback, Steve Walsh, in the first round out of Miami, and it cost them that pick. So that would be my one caveat to this. But otherwise, if you're right, if it's just using one of these supplemental picks, then heck yeah, I would for sure be all over it.
And if it's anything like, like he's like any of these other young QBs at the moment who aren't necessarily like slot them straight into a team straight away kind of level talent, then and you've got this guy basically at bugger all. You picked him up and you can evaluate him for the next year or two and figure out where he's at. Like I think that's a good scenario for some of these QB needy teams, because you pick him up now, see what he's like through the season on the practice field, etc. Then you might know whether or not you need to shoot for the QB high in the draft when you suck like the Cardinals are going to this year.
Yeah. I Arizona would be silly not to go after him. It would be 100%. Absolutely, because if this is the type of guy that probably would get drafted in the first or second round. So if you're not having to give up that first round pick, then do it. I wouldn't do it if you had to give up your first if you're Arizona, because then you, especially with this quarterback class that's coming out, I'd rather suck this year, keep my first round pick, and then get Arch Manning or whatever.
What do you think about? Go, Nick. Go.
I was going to say, I just did a bit of research just to check Brad's
we heard Nick.
thought there. No, so it does say if a team selects a player in the supplemental draft, then they do forfeit that pick in the following year's NFL draft.
Yeah.
So, if they bid a first-round pick to be able to get the player in the supplemental draft, then the following year they lose that first. So whatever pick that they bid with it. Yeah, so if they bid a low pick, then obviously and they lose a low pick. But obviously, if you're trying to go after him with a first, so yeah.
So if you bid a first, you're going to lose next year's first.
Yeah,
correct.
Oh, well, why you wouldn't do that as the Cardinals, then, would you?
No. That's my point. But if you're
what about the Bengals or the Chiefs?
Well, I was going to say if you're one of these teams, Seahawks, the Rams, these teams that are going to be a high first rounder, why wouldn't you consider that? So somebody will pick them up. I don't know that it'll be for a first rounder.
No, you can bid whatever.
Can you just everyone throw in a seventh?
Oh, they could. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's just the highest. It's the highest bid to start with, and then it's whoever has the highest draft priority for that bid that they've made. So if several teams offer a third, and that's the highest bid, then it's the one with the highest draft priority gets it. Yeah.
I just wonder, do they reveal all the teams that bid on them, or is it just the one who wins? Because I'd love it. I'd
be fascinated this year because this is going to probably draw a lot more attention to the supplemental draft, Brad.
Yeah,
we might actually find a little bit more of this out. Well, that second tier of teams, then, who would you see in that? Then, if let's say the way that is, the Cardinals and the Jets would be crazy to give up next year's first round.
Correct.
Non-playoff teams are next. So Dolphins, Cowboys, Falcons, Bucks, Ravens, Colts, Panthers, Lions, Vikings, Packers.
Well, if I'm the
Dolphins,
you're not doing Miami.
If I'm the Dolphins, I put in a second rounder.
What about the Colts?
Colts,
because Daniel Jones is only on a 2-year deal. It's not long.
Yeah. But I probably wouldn't do it for a first or second if I'm the Colts. I'd put in a third rounder.
Yeah, I think
they
you're
don't
only
even have
giving
first or seconds this year. Didn't they give it to the Jets?
No, they gave them to the Jets for Gardner.
I think you're only really giving up your firsts if you're really confident you're going to be a playoff team in 26-27, aren't you?
If you've got the players around them.
Yeah. No, but you're giving up that first in next year's draft if you think that you're going to be picking somewhere between 26 and 32 anyway. Because then you're not really spending a lot. You're still spending first round talent, but you're not spending a lot. because by the time we get to 26 to 32, the majority of like true first round talent is gone anyway in every draft.
Yeah. I don't even reckon they'll fetch a second for him, eh?
It's going to be curious.
Of it, with Brad's thing there of the red flag with going the November stats, plus the betting thing that's just been resolved. Like you never know. You know what I mean? Like I reckon they'll be lucky to get a third or a fourth.
Oh, Jerry will put a fourth in for him. I guarantee you. Jerry would put a fourth in for him.
Jesus.
Oh, Jerry probably would do that. Right?
Yeah, he would. He would totally love that. You know, he loves to take those flyers. But anyway.
All right, so that's Brandon Sorsby. We'll keep everyone updated on that as we find out, because obviously we're very interested in that whole thing. So,
when is the? Sorry, you said it earlier, but I forgot. When is the supplemental?
It was. I'll have to look it up again, Brett.
Because he had to have it in. Is it the 22nd?
It was very soon. I can't remember if it was June or July. That's what I'm trying to.
I just was curious because timing wise, again, you just wonder if the NFL is gonna trump whatever else is going on during that time with the supplemental draft.
20th of July.
20th of July?
20th of July, the World Cup final.
World Cup final.
Yeah.
They might not this time. I'll give it a crack.
I don't know.
We'll see. I think it'll be a pretty arbitrary draft, to be honest, Brad.
Yeah.
I'll try and make it a 3-day thing.
1 day for the bidding.
Yeah, that's right. Get those hydration breaks in.
Absolutely. All right. How about we do a New York Giants deep dive?
Let's do it.
New York Football Giants' last Super Bowl appearance was when, Brad?
Last Super Bowl appearance.
Oh, come on, Brad.
This would have been Tom Coughlin, Eli Manning. Was that the Tyree catch against the Pats? Was that it? So 2019?
No, well off.
17.
No.
When?
Keep going. 2011.
What?
2011-12 season, Brad. February 5th, 2012, when the Giants defeated the New England Patriots with quarterback Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Who was named as the MVP.
Was the helmet catch the second one or the first one, Brad? I thought it was the first one.
Was it the first one?
Yeah.
The first one.
First one, yeah.
The New York Giants record since the 2012 Super Bowl is 83, 145, and 1. Since that last Super Bowl win with Eli Manning, they have featured in only 2 playoff appearances and 12 losing seasons over a 14-year span.
Wow.
That's bad.
Destruction.
That's
This year we go into a year where they have gone into a total rebuild. John Harbaugh comes over as the new head coach. Has made some big decisions already on players, the ones he likes and the ones he doesn't. They've moved on from a few, most notably Sexy Dexy, right as the draft was dropping this year. They've upped a couple of others, and they got a lot of good draft picks. So, boys, who wants to kick us off with the Giants? I reckon let's go Nick to kick us off with the New York Giants deep dive.
Well, let's look back to last year. Just under 12 months ago, we were all going through our previews as we do, going through the East, and the thing that we all brought up straight away is that the front four is awesome. Their schedule is just absolutely beyond
Abhorrent.
horrific. Horrific. And it was. And that sort of handicapped them. There was a few times last year where you could see the offense was growing, when Scatterby was healthy, not doing backflips on MetLife Stadium, because that's just beyond crazy on that turf.
Well, not during the World Cup, apparently.
No, not during the World Cup. They've redone the surface for that, probably, which is strange. So it leaves a sort of weird door for them this year, because they've got Harbaugh now. They're expected to sort of improve from that. The biggest worrying thing at the moment is, what are they going to get from Malik Neighbours? Is he going to be fit by week 1? Because he's had surgery push him back again with his recovery. So creates an interesting sort of setup for the Giants this year, because you expect them to sort of get on the march, improve their defense. They've sort of retooled it. Obviously, they made the trade with Dexter Lawrence. They've got obviously Angel Reese that they drafted in the top 10. They also bolstered up their O-line as well, which is much needed, considering Jackson Dart doesn't want to protect his head. So they've had some upgrades. They have had some upgrades, but Dexter Lawrence is a massive out. So I really want to see how they sort of cope with now that front four, because they've still got Thibodeau there. They've still got Brian Burns there. They really need Abdul Carter to sort of come out to what he was as a second overall pick. But we'll see what Harbaugh can do. As we know, he runs a tough camp. There's been a lot of reports with that already, so they're already butting heads. So let's see. There's some opportunities in this division. The Eagles are we don't know what we get from them. Washington, reverted back to the mean, as they have been for so long. The Cowboys could show signs you're not sort of sure if they continue on or they sort of hold back a bit. So there's opportunities altogether for them.
Isaac?
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of the New York Giants. Like, I was really high on them coming out of the draft, doing all that, but then you start hearing, well, Jackson Dart goes on with Trump, and then it's all a little bit of stuff going on in the camp, and then you're hearing Malik Neighbours is probably not coming back as soon as they think he is. So in one day, I think they went out and signed 5 wide receivers. So even if Jackson Dart does come back, who is he going to throw the ball to? They signed Darnell Mooney. Is he a wide receiver 1? No. Waiting for Malik Neighbours to come back? We'll see. And I don't think the way Scatterboo plays he's not going to be a longevity player. Like, he could be injured in week 2. Mm-hmm. The way he plays, the way he doesn't protect himself. Same with Dart. Like, and then what are their backup options? You got Jameis Winston, Tyron Tracy. On the defense, I really like their defense. I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau is on the second string in their depth chart, so that's a decent player to have there. But I can see him being traded before the season starts. So, I initially, coming into it, thought that the Giants could be one of the teams that could go from worst to first, but not anymore. I think they're going to stay at the bottom of that division. So I don't see a good season ahead for them. As Nick said, the schedule is just brutal. So it might be another long season for the Giants fans.
This offense, I feel like it's built around a single bet, in that will Jackson Dart actually be good? Because you saw it at flashes last season, but he lacks the consistency, and they're having a real huge philosophical shift. So in terms of Brian Daboll, last year's he built the offense around Dart's mobility and his improvisation, and they deliberately limited his under center snaps so that they could keep things simple for him. Harbaugh's doing the exact opposite. Harbaugh and Nagy, the new offensive coordinator, they're putting him under center. They're making him read the defenses more. And it's going to be, they're trying to implement, because now they also have Greg Roman. They're trying to implement a more run first identity. They use Greg Roman's style. That's their kind of the style that they're going towards. So I don't know if he can adjust. We'll see. I think this is going to be the season which determines it. And the supporting cast is, to me, is the crazy thing, because like what you guys said, Neighbors is a top tier talent, but who knows? He's currently unavailable, and nobody can say really when that's going to change. When is he going to come back? And that receiving room is just, built on hopes and prayers and duct tape. Really, it just you don't. I mean, those guys that they signed. What's his name? Odell, he's not even guaranteed a spot on the roster. And apparently in the OTAs, granted it's just OTAs, but he has not looked good. So if you're pinning your hopes on him, and then of course they bring in Isaiah Likely over from Baltimore, where he was with Harbaugh, but I don't for tight end, but I don't think he doesn't scare me at all. So. But the real, you've seen the pundits. I've never seen a swing so big. They say anywhere from 4-12 to 12-4. I've seen a couple of them. So you gotta wonder. What I did like about them is their draft. I feel like they draft, they get lucky, and what's his name falls to him at 5, the linebacker, and yeah, and then they do a solid pick with the drafting the left tackle at number 10. So I feel like they did a great job there with those two. I mean, granted, 2 picks in the top 10, you can't necessarily go wrong there unless you're the Jets. But it's so I feel like the best years are ahead of them. It's not going to be this year. That's the way I'm leaning towards them.
So you said it before, Brad, with the Salisbury. They're going to get film on Jackson Dart. Like, he was only in the games for a small amount of time before he got injured. They've had a whole off season to scheme up ways to defend against this kid, and he's going to come in. Is he going to be the same he was when he got injured last year? Yeah.
He can't play that same way. And the same with Scatabo. He can't play that same way. I mean, that dude, I love him. I love watching him play, and you absolutely root the best. But that injury was horrific, like one of the worst I've ever seen. And then, he didn't have a step to lose. So if he's lost any speed at all, then that could be very detrimental to that team. So, I mean, who's your other back? Tyrone Tracy? Come on. He ain't doing anything. So, and on the defensive side of the ball, losing Dexter at defensive tackle that's created a huge void now. They signed a couple other guys, veterans, but I still think now they go from that interior of the D line being one of the best to now it's a weakness. Their edge rushers are still phenomenal, best in the league. But the interior, if teams can just step up into the pocket or run up into the pocket, it could spell long days for those Giants.
If you watch it on YouTube, I've been putting up some of the depth chart and the schedule for the Giants for this season. Of course, last year's schedule, Nick mentioned it, was absolutely abhorrent. This year gets slightly better with their home and away schedule. As a group, boys, we haven't done this for some of the other teams who've done deep dives for, but let's just go through these, and I want you to tell me win-loss based off just your first reaction for these. We do this collectively. Week 1, Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys.
Loss.
Week 2, Monday Night Football against the Rams.
Loss.
Week 3, Tennessee Titans at home. Week 4, the Cardinals at home.
Win.
Week 5, they're away to the Commanders.
Win.
Ooh, coin flip.
Yeah.
Coin flip.
Yeah.
Split with the Commanders. We'll say split.
Split with the Commanders?
I'll say they win their home games, the split. So I'd say that's an away game for the Giants.
That one is, yeah.
I'd say they would
I'll
lose
say
the
loss.
away game, and they would lose because they play the Cardinals in Week 10 on Thursday Night Football at home.
Jesus.
So that's in New York.
Looking forward to that one.
Exactly. Week 6 against the Saints.
I'm going to say lose. I think they lose that.
At home, though?
I do. I think
think they lose.
more. I think New Orleans is better this year.
Same. Week 7 Texans.
Lose. So they could conceivably go into that bye.
In Week 8, that Week 8 bye, they will be 2-6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
They may even
1 and
lose to the
7.
bye.
Sorry, no, 2-6. Yep.
There are a few games in there, depending on how they start.
Yeah.
That could get that to at least 3.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee, Arizona, Washington, New Orleans, those are all winnable games.
Mm-hmm.
So you could. We're tipping, generally speaking, to the away team, but those are all legitimate. Okay, they're not gimmies.
Games against the Eagles. Home and away. Lose for both of those.
Yep.
Week 11, they've got the Jags in New York.
Lose.
The Colts in Indianapolis.
Lose.
49ers.
Win.
Lose.
Lose. The Seahawks.
Lose.
Win.
The Browns in New York on December 20.
That's a win.
The
Browns
Lions
in New York.
on Monday Night Football in Detroit on 28th of December.
Dude, this brutal.
That's
Lose.
a brutal. Let's lose. The Cowboys, that's obviously... The Cowboys will win again. And then we said the Eagles. So that is a 4-win season.
I reckon they'll win that last one against the Eagles. Because the Eagles will be in the playoffs already and they'll sit there.
You think they've won the division?
That's a 4 to...
You think the Eagles lock it up?
That's
that
a
early?
4 to 5 win season.
Yeah.
Their over under right now on prediction is 7.5.
Oh wow.
Oh, like you said though, like that start of the season, if they get Tennessee, they get Arizona, and they get the Washington and possibly New Orleans,
I just think it's a shit schedule. Like that's a properly shit schedule.
Well,
because you're up against the NFC West this year.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing you've got to deal with this year is you're against the NFC West.
Post bye is definitely that is tough for
nasty.
It's. I mean, they're counting on the Harbaugh bomb. Harbaugh, they're saying okay, he's professional. He's gonna, but I just don't. I'm not sold on Dart, and that defense to me still has too many holes. So, and
I think you're right, Brad. Dart needs to show more maturity this year. He needs to show, like you said, that you can't play the way he was playing last year. Like you can't play angry and run it head first into everything. You have to show more maturity. You have to go, I'm an NFL level quarterback, and I need to play. I need to put the team on my back and actually play like an NFL level quarterback. He hasn't got the maturity and the runs on the board to be Josh Allen just yet.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to show. If he shows more maturity early in the season, then I think I can believe in them a bit more. And I absolutely agree that Scatterbo is the same. Like, yes, you're an NFL running back, and you're supposed to be a monster, and you're supposed to just like run over people and absolutely destroy them. We saw Derrick Henry is still making a living out of exactly that. We saw Beast Mode do it. Like we've seen all these greats throughout time do exactly this. But you have the one thing all those guys have is the maturity to know when to and when not to, not just put your head down and go for it. So,
and I wonder I wonder how much of a loss Dayball is for Jackson Dart. Like, he's supposed to be the QB whisperer. Like, what is that going to do to him?
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Nagy doesn't have a good track record either.
No, he doesn't.
So
no, he doesn't. And here's the number you want to look out for, and this kind of gives you as indicative of Jackson Dart. 3.07. That's the amount of time that he held the ball on average as a quarterback. And he was responsible for nearly 40% of his own pressures. So the fact that he held the ball that long, that was the highest rate of any quarterback in the league. So you have to ask, is that just a fixable rookie year issue, or is that a fundamental pocket pressure presence flaw that Harbaugh and Nagy can coach him away from? And I personally, I don't think so. I think you're seeing his style. He needs to be loose. He needs to be dancing around and doing all of that. But we've seen the double-edged sword of that it doesn't work health-wise. None of these quarterbacks can do it long term. No, I don't care how good of an athlete you are. You can't do it in the NFL. In college, your discrepancy level, you can still out-athlete guys. You can run by them. You can't do that in the NFL. And we see guys try and do that, especially quarterbacks, and then they get pumped. And you've got to learn how to play different if you're going to do it, and pick and choose your spots. We've seen it with everybody. And for some reason, I just don't have the faith in Dart. Part of it's because of his supporting cast, like we said. To me, he just doesn't. He does not have the receiving threats, and so, and especially if Neighbors doesn't come back right away.
All right, great deep dive, boys. That's the New York Football Giants. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how these guys go this season, and just see where we're at. Is it time for a quick game?
Who's going this week? Is it Brad again?
We're going to go Brad again?
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
I love this game.
We're going to
love this game.
Head over to YouTube at G'day Gridiron on YouTube. We're going to play some 20-0. We're going to see. Brad, do you want to do it again? Are we going to
Yeah, I'll do.
See how. What do we get? Does anyone remember what he got last week? I did sign
16.
in this week.
I got 16 games last week.
Didn't you? Yeah.
16. Yeah, 16.
You got a lot of Tennessee Titans.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Brad, do you want to do both sides or offense only?
Offense only.
Yeah, let's just do offense only.
All right, quick one's a good one. Playing classic. All teams. All right, do we want to do all eras again?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me all ears.
Brad's lived through them all.
He knows it. Here we go.
All right. Let's see.
Let's draft. Ready?
Let's do it.
Oh.
21-25.
Didn't I get these guys last time?
No.
All right. So, I mean, to me, a quarterback's the only one out of that potentially you would take would be Caleb Williams. But let's see who else they got on the roster.
All right, we got some DeAndre Swift. We've got Donta Foreman. We've got Montgomery. We've got Herbert.
There's not a lot of options outside of Caleb.
No, there's
Rashawn.
not.
Wide receivers. We've got, if everything
DJ
stops
Moore.
moving on me, Allen Robinson, Claypool, Mooney.
Claypool.
Chase Claypool. I forgot he played for them.
DJ Moore.
Remember
Cole
Cole Kmet.
And
Cole Kmet.
Show me that DJ Moore stat again. What did he hit? 96, 1300, 844. Yeah. All right. We're doing it. DJ Moore.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
All right, DJ Moore. Here we go.
Okay.
Indiana 21-25.
Ooh. Jonathan Taylor,
Carson
surely.
Wentz, baby.
Yeah,
Daniel
my
Jones.
Goodness.
Gardner
Surely take Jonathan Taylor
Minshew.
Oh,
Stop
these are
it.
some awful quarterbacks.
Minshew Mania, baby.
Joe
3,300.
Flacco. Matt Rat. What?
Matt
Oh, my
Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
goodness. Oh my
All right,
goodness.
you do also have Jonathan Taylor, though, Brad.
Yes, this is true.
So
this is true.
Alec
1,800
Pierce,
yards.
Alec Pierce with 1,000-yard season. Josh Downs,
No.
Pittman, who can catch a ball but can't get a touchdown.
Yeah. No,
What
we
is
got to
this
get.
tight end room?
Yeah.
Tyler Warren, baby.
Tyler Warren. That's it.
This is sad. No, we're going running back. We've got to. That's
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Yep.
With an 1,811-yard season in 2021, 18 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, Brad.
That's crazy. He had a better season then than what he did last year.
Carolina 21-25. Look out. Andy Dalton again.
What did you put?
Are we only getting to 0?
Do you? Yeah. Holy crap.
Bryce Young, Brad. Bryce Young.
Oh gosh, no.
At least it's
Even
2025 Bryce Young, where he got 23
this is true.
touchdowns. So
This is true.
Sam Darnold.
Sam
Super Bowl
Darnold.
winning.
Oh, Sam.
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, he was
Go on,
hurt.
take CMC.
Chuba Hubbard, baby.
Had quite a good season.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle last year.
Oh my god.
Goodness me.
got-
Re-roll
This
it.
You got Adam
Oh, it's-
Thielen.
It almost has to be Thielen.
DJ
Re-roll
Chalk,
it, man.
Jalen Coker.
Re-roll it.
You
yeah.
do have
This
Hayden
is
Hurst.
ridiculous.
Yeah, Brad,
Yeah,
you do
it
have a
is.
re-roll here.
Do
you wanna
re-roll? Re-roll.
You want to re-roll?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
here we
re-rolling.
go.
Good idea.
Jets in the same area. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
Chargers 06
Oh,
to 10.
look at Phillip.
LT,
Look at
surely.
Phillip.
You got,
I mean,
you
the
got
dude
Phillip.
did not run. Oh, Ladanian.
You have to.
Oh,
You
that's
have
that.
to take LT.
Yeah, that to me, that's a no-brainer. It's you can't pass over Ladanian. So,
Antonio Gates.
Oh, it's a tight end. Because tight end.
Oh.
Because tight ends are. Oh, tight ends are nice. Oh.
Stop it. I can't do this anymore.
That's on a recorded video as well.
Thank God I can still get sound bites.
Jeez. You know what? I'm gonna gamble, and I'm taking Antonio Gates.
Nice.
Yeah, just because
Wow.
tight ends
I
are
like it.
premium. I feel like I got
28
better chance at
touchdowns.
getting running back.
Righto, here we
Okay.
go.
Here we go.
Green Bay 61 to 67.
Oh,
wow.
bloody hell. Oh, jeez. The stats, I already used my reroll. Oh, no. Oh,
Still got Jim Taylor.
You got Jim Taylor. Then you're going to go
That's
another
true.
running back. We go 3 running backs, Brad.
that's
No,
true.
he's only done one. One running back.
One running back. Yeah,
Take Jim Taylor.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah. I got to take Jim Taylor. Yeah.
All right.
Put him in the flex.
Put him
Yeah.
in a flex. We got a run heavy
Flex him, baby.
offense right now.
Yeah, we're going to run the
We
wishbone.
love to see it.
Oh, Raiders 99 to
Vegas.
05.
Rich Gannon.
Yes. Oh, I had Rich Gannon on my fantasy. He was legit. I did.
He was in your fantasy, was he, Brad? Me too.
He was right next to the tight end.
He had the tight end.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. All right.
Jerry Rice? Go on, take Jerry Rice.
Wait. What was Rice there? No, it was Tim Brown. It was
Randy Moss.
Jerry
is
Rice had 92, 1,200. Okay, but
Randy
only.
Moss.
only 7. And Randy Moss with his 1,000 yards for Las Vegas and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot of receptions and touchdowns.
No, it's not.
And you've got a very run-heavy team so far, Brad.
QB.
I'm thinking you're going to have to go QB, Brad.
Oh.
You got to gamble Rich Gannon, but that's your booster.
Gannon,
That's your
Gannon lit
booster.
it up, but 10 interceptions.
That's a 97.3 rating, Brad.
Yeah. Let's go to the wide receivers again. So it's between Gannon and the wide receivers.
Okay, so wide
You're
receivers.
really
we got-
gambling that last
Yes,
one.
I
though, if you
am.
don't-
I am.
I don't think any
am.
of these wide receivers, other than
Jerry
Rice
Rice.
and Moss, that's it, Brad.
Jerry. All right, Gannon. I'm not a huge Gannon fan.
There we go. 2007 New England Patriots. Here it is.
Let's see. What quarterback did I give up?
Cincinnati 11-15.
Oh, I think
could have got Andy Dalton.
I think I made the right choice
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Yeah.
Okay, Brad. So
AJ
you've got a flex.
Yep.
You've got a flex.
Okay.
So we've got AJ Green there.
So fun fact: AJ Green's younger brother went to a local high school, Evergreen High School, where my wife worked, and he was a good kid, and Ray Green was his name, and he ended up playing college ball, I believe, somewhere else. But so I got to go with the Green connection just because it's my loose.
This is a better team than last week.
AJ Green. This does look like. So let's see what happens here, Nick.
I don't know.
19-1.
19-1.
Hey!
And apparently, this tells me AJ Green held you back.
Yeah, what's up with that?
No way.
Some family connection there, you asshole.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So that's Rich Gannon, Jonathan Taylor, DJ Moore, Antonio Gates, Jim Taylor, and AJ Green for a 19-1
What a running
season.
attack. What a running attack.
Yeah, I'll take that. 19-1. Who wouldn't take that?
That is a sensational running attack, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
The amount
awesome.
of there's what is that like? I'm trying to do mental maths right now. Brad, 18 and 19 together, 37 touchdowns from the running backs.
Oh yeah. Well, I think anytime you can get Antonio Gates in that was his prime year, you can't go wrong. Christmas.
I have a theory that see these touchdowns from the wide receivers and the tight ends.
Yeah.
You got 8, you got 11. Whereas there's 26 for Gannon. I think you need to match this production for a quarterback.
No way.
I don't think they would be that specific, do you?
Oh, I think there's going to be something in that.
Oh,
They're going to force people to do math like that on the fly.
No, I just think if you come across a quarterback that is like a sensational quarterback, lots of touchdowns, then you need to try and find the wide receivers that give you the most amount of touchdowns, that had huge touchdown seasons, like huge reception seasons.
Match that up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
19-1, Brad. There we go. That's much
I'm
better than
available
last
for hire. So if you want to pay me for the draft.
All right. I think next week we'll see one of the other boys can go. See if we can get closer to 19-1.
Surely we're going to crack the 20.
We got to get somebody's got to get us to 20.
Righto. All right. Thank you very much for listening in. And thank you very much if you were watching along on YouTube. At G'day Gridiron on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Linktree /Aussie Gridiron Network for the entirety of the Aussie Gridiron Network's links. And yep, we will see you and talk to you or listen to you, whatever, next week, where we'll do something else. Maybe another deep dive. Maybe not. Who knows? There'll definitely be some World Cup talk, that's for sure. So
Go the Blues.
Here we go. See you next week.